Hey Thrivers, you're listening to episode 56. Today, Christine is back and her and I are sharing all things holidays. That's right, we're talking about Thanksgiving, we're talking about Christmas, we're talking about what we do when it comes to gifts, what our family traditions are, and the things that we love and continue each year. Because you know, starting tomorrow, day after Halloween, you're going to be blasted with Christmas carols and commercials for all types of things. And this can become a really materialistic time of the year, which isn't always a bad thing. But we're talking about the traditions that we love keeping alive and what we do to keep things from becoming chaotic during this busy time of year. Keep listening. We had so much fun recording this episode for you guys, and we can't wait to talk holidays.
Welcome to The Thrive, a podcast for working moms. This is for all the women and moms listening. If you work from home, in an office, run your own business, or are the CEO of your family, this podcast is for you. Because at the end of the day, all moms are working moms. Rachel and Christine invite you to celebrate the victories, get advice, listen to their mom fails, and to know you aren't alone, to thrive in your everyday life.
This episode is brought to you by Namaste Organized. Namaste Organized offers friendly, professional service to organize and modernize any space. Whether you're a single parent doing it all, a blended family with a full house, or an entrepreneur growing your business, a well-organized space will allow you to focus on what is most important to you. A professional organizer provides the efficiency you need to pursue your passions. Together, Melissa Groff can help you develop a system that works well for you and looks pretty too. Trust us, her own home is a testament to this. If you want some beautiful home inspiration, be sure to follow her at Namaste Organized on Instagram, where she offers a glimpse into her life on a regular basis with practical tips and information for anyone looking to declutter. Thank you, Melissa, for sponsoring our show and for teaching us that less is more. If you're ready to lose the weight of clutter and disorganization and live your best life, get in touch with Melissa Groff today at namasteorganized.com. Hey guys, this is Rachel
and Christine.
Happy Halloween!
Woo! Are you scared?
Spooky sounds.
If only we were both dressed up here, we would let you know what we were dressed as. But we're not.
We're not. We're keeping it casual today.
Hope those candy bowls are stocked.
Yeah.
Healthy options.
Trick-or-treaters tonight. We usually get a few.
I just, side note, saw this really cute idea about Halloween candy, and it was called Switch and Witch or Witch Switch, whatever. It was like basically kids could give away their candy, quote unquote, to their parents. In exchange, parents would give them a toy. Oh. And if the more candy they gave away, the bigger the toy. I guess it's trying to help children not binge on candy, but
that's kind of like at Chick-fil-A. It's like the opposite. Did you know that you can cash in your toy for a free ice cream cone?
No.
Yes.
What about the little books?
You can give like your little toy or the little thing back, and you can get like a free little cone or cup.
Oh, wait. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. I need to go to Chick-fil-A.
Opposite of giving a healthy thing or a toy.
Okay. So there you go. Both options for you. You decide, moms.
You decide.
We support both.
So now that it's Halloween, you know that tomorrow starts the holidays.
Christmas.
Will you be listening to Christmas music tomorrow?
Absolutely. I used to try to wait until Thanksgiving, but I'm like, I'm not good. Like, let's just bring it. I've been smelling Christmas spirit essential oils since like September, and I'm ready. 'Tis the season.
I kind of feel the same way. Although for some reason this year I am feeling like the holidays are everything's happening really fast.
Right.
I don't know what it is. Some years I feel really on top of things. Maybe it's just because in life right now I feel like I'm a little behind on some projects. I just feel like there's been a lot of life happening, and so I'm not as prepared. But I do enjoy Christmas music. And for me, I always like listening to it like, through the new year.
Right.
There's people that like my husband, only wants to listen to it like at least after Thanksgiving. He'll usually be like, no, it's got to be December. And this year I'll be able to be like, well, it is because Thanksgiving is so late. Like December is practically the next day.
When is Thanksgiving?
It's like the very last week. It's always that fourth Thursday.
Right.
But like it's very late this year, date wise.
Yeah. Speaking of dates, guys, my birthday's on Monday.
Oh. Don't forget to mark your calendars.
Oh, man. But I think it's just human nature to say things are coming up quicker every year. We say that, but it's just because maybe we don't have enough time in each season to really appreciate it and be in it. Yeah. I kind of blame the weather on a lot of that, where we're trying to enjoy fall, but then summer and winter both come in within a week as far as weather goes, and it makes it harder to be in the moment. But
yeah, it's harder to enjoy fall when it was 90 degrees last week and then like it's finally cold now, like fall weather. But you never know. We might just have another 90-degree day tomorrow.
And then it's going to snow. But here we are in an effort to welcome the season well and have time for all the things. We would love to get just our brains thinking about the holiday gifting season and just being able to kind of slowly ease into things so that when the busyness comes, you really can be in the moment with the Christmas spirit oils and
with the oils. Always.
Yeah, Sarah McLachlan's holiday album. So we want to talk about gifts, and I'm wondering, Rachel,
I'm just dying. You're making me laugh today.
Who
listens to Sarah McLachlan's holiday album? Does anyone listening actually have that
winter
holiday album?
Song? Yes. Penn State college roommates. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is so good.
I'm not gonna lie. I still have like the NSYNC holiday album.
That one's a good
Merry
one too.
Christmas, Happy Holidays. Like I hear that song and it takes me back.
Sarah McLachlan. This is my winter song.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Anyway,
I'll try it out for you.
What kind of gifts, Rachel, do you like to receive? And this got me thinking about like the 5 love languages and
I was just going to ask about that. I have it in my notes here. 5 love languages.
Do you know about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Kyle and I did this.
Right.
When we did marriage counseling, like the first thing, like I think it was like our premarital counseling. We did real marriage counseling too. Guys, just do counseling.
Yes.
Every point in your marriage. But yeah, at one point, and I think it was like before we got married, they had asked us, the people that we had been, meeting with and talking about marriage with, had said to take the quiz. And so we did. And I have not taken it since then. So it's been like 5-6 years. And so sometimes I wonder if I'm the same as I was then. But I love gifts. My number 1 love language is actually gifts.
Okay.
I will admit, I can be materialistic. I love stuff. And I have no shame. Like, it's because of how I grew up. I know a lot of it is because my dad is a gift guy. Mm-hmm. A lot of how I am is, how I was raised. And I think everyone is like that. And my husband and I are very different because of that. But yeah, gifts is a big one for me. And then my second love language was acts of service. Mm-hmm. So buy me nice things and do stuff for me. Basically, I'm really easy. Like those are all the things you need to do.
And that's really important to know for your spouse, especially coming into the holidays. Like if Kyle even knows that you do like acts of service, if there's a way for him to help like decorate or prepare a holiday meal, like he can really step in those moments and fill your love tank, and it's going to mean a lot to you.
Yes. Well, what are your love languages? Do you have like one that was really like higher than another, or?
I probably had 3 that were just tied. I don't really know. I do like gifts, but I feel like when I take the quiz, it's usually something like words of affirmation or quality time. I really like quality time. If I spend time with my husband, like even thinking about the holidays and there's a whole bunch of our family around, I still won't feel as like connected with him as if we have one-on-one time. So I really like that alone time, or just in the mornings, like if him and I can sit and have coffee together, I feel ready to start our day. And it means a lot when he is affirming, which he does all the time. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But moral of that story, we should both retake the quiz.
We should, because I've heard too, like once you have kids, like different seasons of life, like your love languages can change. And so we'll link this in our show notes. If you haven't taken the quiz, be sure to do it. And even if you have, but it's been a while, I think I might share like in our next episode, like we should make that an assignment. We'll retake it and then share if we're the same. And
if you do take the quiz, post about it on social media and tag us, because I would love to know what your spiritual your spiritual gifts.
Tell us about those too.
Yes. Prophecy, worship. But
gosh.
I would love to know what your love language is.
So, as far as love languages, we talked about actual gifts.
Yes.
Well, mine happens to be gifts is a love language of mine. But you said, what kind of gifts do I like to get?
Yeah.
I feel like, again, this might be because of how I was raised. My dad did a really great job spoiling my mom. Like, my dad and I are a lot alike. We can be kind of fiery, but we're quick to forgive, quick to, move on. And anytime my dad ever did anything, he would buy my mom a gift.
Oh.
She always had flowers, not because they fought a lot. Like, he would just make sure that she always had flowers. But especially if they had a disagreement or an argument or something, he'd be like, oh, look, I picked this up for you. Like, that's just something that I always witnessed. So I think that's part of why I'm like, oh, gifts mean a lot. Like, they're really an expression of like how you feel. Whereas I know other people don't feel that way. So that said, gifts I like to receive, I am more of like a quality versus quantity person. Mm-hmm. And I don't like when people buy me clothes. 9 times out of 10, I probably don't like it. Not because it's not nice, but like I really am particular about trying things on. So yeah, I love purses and I love jewelry. I love things that are like nice and are going to last me a long time.
But then also we like a good Costco find.
Of course. I mean, what about you?
My mom obviously she gives us some gifts for the holidays, and every time I'll ask her, Mom, where is this from? And she just gives me the look. And it is from Costco. And she doesn't always like that I ask, but I'm genuinely curious. Like, wow, what a cool find. Where'd you get it?
Yeah.
Costco. She recently went to Scotland and got me a gift, and I jokingly was like, Mom, did you get this at Costco?
Well, it was the Scotland one. It's special.
No, I know. It was really cool hand soap. But what kind of gifts do I like? I like something meaningful. I love something engraved. Actually, this
personalized
is funny. One of my first Christmases with Robert, I believe it was maybe when we were still dating. He was at my family's house and we were doing our gift thing. And this was like a big deal. It must have been our first Christmas together because he's giving me a gift. My whole family's there. I opened this gift. It was from a personalization store. And I believe it was in the packaging from the actual store that they mailed. So Robert hadn't even opened it. And I opened this gift and it is a baby ornament, like personalized with some other person's name on it. He meant to get me a necklace with my initials on it. And instead it was like your first Christmas for a baby. And he was just so upset about it. We called him, got it fixed and everything. But we're like, of course, this is your first gifting in front of my parents. And
it was a mistake.
It was a baby ornament.
Oh my gosh.
But I love holidays with our family, and that made it just even more special.
That's awesome. That is like a funny story that you will always tell. And I feel like, I mean, I've already admitted that I'm a little materialistic, but I feel like I must clarify. I have a really hard time not feeling guilty, like, when I buy things for myself. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the reason I love getting, like, just a nice piece of jewelry or, like, a purse that, like, oh, I've wanted this purse or something. It's because, like, it means a lot to me when, like, my husband has, like, you know, spent the money on it or whatever. Because, like, I would feel so guilty buying it myself. Like, some people are really good at, like, I deserve that. Like, I've worked hard. Why not? But maybe it's just the season of life I'm in with little kids. Like, I cannot justify buying myself, like, $100 bag or, you know, a pair of earrings that, like, aren't just from, like, the piercing pagoda.
Right.
So for my birthday, he got me, like, a pair of really cute little studs. Nothing crazy, but they're, like, the Pandora brand and, like, they don't turn my ears green. And, like, that means a lot to me because I know he, like, put the time and effort into, like, getting them and, like, yeah. So that's my thing with gifts. It's
neat to know that about yourself, and everyone can be so different with gifts, but it's important to know what matters to you, and especially as adults or moms, to let that be known to the people in our lives, to our families, because you want that to be special. And even people buying you gifts, they want to know what to look for.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's okay to tell people what you have your eye on and what you like.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Especially we do, in our family, we do a gift exchange among the kids.
Oh, yes. I want to know about this. How do you do it?
What we do is usually over Thanksgiving, or sometimes if we all happen to be together even a little sooner, what we'll do is all the kids will put their names in a hat or something like that. And each of the kids will pick a name because there are like, 10? I think there's 10 grandkids in our family now. That's a lot of presents.
Yeah.
Especially even if you say $10 limit, that's $100. And with 10 kids, and for $10, what can you really get that isn't going to just be like a toy that, you know, you want to get something that's a better quality.
Two $5 bills.
Right? So we upped the limit. I think it's like, you know, $30 or $40, and you're just buying like one gift for each kid. I'm sorry. I think it's $25.
So you buy gifts for all the cousins?
I just buy gifts for the names that my kids pull.
Oh, okay. So
each of the kids pulls a name. So this year I will buy 3 gifts because I have 3 kids.
Got it.
Last year I only had to buy 2 because I only had 2 kids, and my sisters had 3 and 4 kids. So This year I'm spending more, close to the same amount of money.
Now you're in the right.
For a while I didn't have children or didn't have as many, and so I always like got away a little easier. But
do you know
each of the kids will pick a name.
They have an app for that.
A name picker
for
app?
Secret Santa.
That's actually really smart because my sister, who doesn't live so close, I bet we could all do the app.
And I'm saying that because our family does something super similar. We do a Secret Santa type thing just among the adults. So my parents, my brother, and my sister-in-law. So there's 6 adults. And the app sends you an email. My sister-in-law is always the one who gets it set up. But it's Santa's Secret Keeper. That's what she uses. And then it actually sends an email to each of us.
That's so smart.
You can put qualifiers on it. So you could say that you can't get your spouse if you wanted to. Like if you had a lot of adults, but we only have 6. So we include our adults. So I could be responsible for getting my husband a gift, or it could be someone else. I'm not going to say because it's a secret. But that's an option when you're not local and you can't all get together.
That's smart because, I'm not sure exactly when we'll all be together next. But we do name exchange for kids. Then we do the same type of thing with grown-ups. But our parents, I don't know what it is. Our parents are not included. It's just among the couples we exchange names. My parents, we all just buy a gift for my parents. And my parents still buy gifts for, like, everybody. Like, my mom's one of the people that probably just Christmas shops all year long.
Do you want to put my name into that basket there for your mom?
I know, right? And she's a good gift getter. Nice. My mom is very much like I don't know if she tries it, but I know a lot of people do, like, the 4 gifts. Like, something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read. And my mom does that really well. Like, she'll get each of the kids, like each of those things. Yeah. She usually gets like pajamas or something, a book. You can tell now that she has more kids, like last year, I think like 4 of them, they all got the same book.
She's like, I'm still bringing gifts, but we're making it a little bit more simple.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we do our gifts among like the extended family. How do you do kids gifts? Do you just get, since there's not as many, like you get all the cousins, like the little kids gifts?
I think so. I think that's what we've done in the past. Just getting them a few. And again, it's with my side of the family. I just have, I'm thinking like a niece and 2 nephews. And then Robert's side of the family, there's 3 kids as well. So we usually will get them something. And that's something Robert and I continue to think about for us as far as budget and limits. I know you mentioned the budget, just figuring out what that looks like. And even ahead of time, we've tried to discuss that. So maybe now that we have the Christmas music going, come on November, we start budgeting that in, because if not, other years you kind of go overboard, or we want to make sure it's equal. So yes, we get something for everyone and try to set a limit for ourselves.
Yeah, that's smart. I feel like along the lines of like budgeting as well, you mentioned that you want to keep it even. And I feel like in a name exchange, that's very important. But the one thing, I read an article, it might have been last year, or it might have, I don't remember when it was. That is not important. But I read something about like, giving your younger kids presents, and like, does it matter if it's equal? Do they understand cost? And I was like, you know what? They really don't.
They don't.
So if each of my girls get something that they really, really wanted, but like one of their gifts cost, this much and one cost that much, is it a big deal? And I felt really guilty last year because...
I remember this.
Yes, I remember.
We talked about it.
Like, I got like a Bitty Baby, the American Girl Bitty Baby for one of the girls. And because that was like a more expensive gift, I felt like I had to get all these other things for my other daughter, who just wanted this like Elena of Avalar doll. And she loved that doll as much as my other daughter loved her Bitty Baby. And I should have just been fine with that. But the part of me that was like obsessed with the money was like, well, that's not fair. If she, if I spent this much, I should spend that much. And this year I've decided that like, that's not going to be my concern. I'm going to get, I think I'm going to stick with the 4 gifts. I'm really going to try to start doing like the want, need, wear, read. And if they want different things that are like in the budget, and one is more, one is less, I'm not going to stress.
And you could have a limit for each of them just to keep yourself grounded and still look for those 4 things.
Yeah.
But then if one of them ends up being a little bit less, like maybe you use that towards like a whole family outing or something.
Yeah.
And they don't need it. I was going to say,
a smart idea.
If your 2-year-old last year knew that you went like could tell the cost or
Oh my gosh. She also
She'd be a
has
prodigy.
And she also has a December birthday. So that's something
Oh.
we're working through too. Like growing up, no one in my family ever had a holiday birthday.
Mhm.
But now I have a baby who, she'll be 3 this December. And we've done birthday parties the past 2 years. And this year I'm like, you're not getting a party. Like,
That's okay.
It's too close to the holidays. Like,
And a lot of people, I think, as the years go on, structure what their celebrations look like according to the ages of their kids. And you're always, I think, new seasons or new ages bring new plans. And if you don't have a party for her, that's okay.
I mean, last year it wasn't even a party just for her. If you remember, we combined her parties. It was like party / gender reveal. So she was already like sharing her party last year. It wasn't all about her. So this year I'm like, no party at all.
But just like that doll, she was still happy. And you make it special for each of your kids.
Yes.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
It's all good. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to continue to talk about holidays with our favorite things from holidays past.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, we've talked about this before, and one of the things I just love most is an organized space. I feel like when things are organized, I can get more done, I can find what I need, and I can just focus on the task in front of me instead of worrying about all of the other things. So we are so excited. This episode has been sponsored by Melissa Groff, owner of Namaste Organized. If you are local to Lancaster and you're looking for any help getting organized, whether you're a single parent doing it all, a blended family with a full house, or maybe you're an entrepreneur that's growing your business, a well-organized space will set you up for success and let you focus on the things that are most important to you. If you want some beautiful home inspiration and organizing tips, be sure to follow Melissa at Namaste Organized on Instagram. She offers a glimpse into her own life on a regular basis with practical tips and information for anyone that's looking to declutter. And we just want to say thanks Namaste Organized for sponsoring this episode. Be sure to check them out at namasteorganized.com. Welcome back. We are talking about holidays today, and we were just talking about favorite things from years past. And I think Christine has a story here.
Yes. Well, I have two quickly. One of them is this doll house and table that my dad and mom got me. And I know it was from 1991 because my dad just brought the table to my house to have for my girls. And on the bottom of the table that he handmade, it says Christmas 1991. So I was 6 and he made this whole table and it was a Sylvanian house. I don't know if you've ever seen these dolls. They're like little critters. Your girls would love them actually.
Oh, calico critters or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
They look, they're really cute. They look like that. So we had this whole table and then I had the house and the accessories and all that stuff. And I just took them out and started playing with Nora. And she lovingly took all the animals' clothes off that my mom had just put on.
It's a 2-year-old thing.
It's a 2-year-old thing.
Yeah, mine does that too.
So that one was really special because my dad is such a handy guy and it meant so much. And now that I have it with my daughter, I love it. And my second favorite thing, because I have 2 that came to mind, was I don't remember how old I was, but on Christmas Eve, my parents used to always give us pajamas, which I feel like is kind of common. But we would get pajamas when we came home from church to wear Christmas Eve to wake up with in the morning. And this one year, I forget what the pajamas were, but I had really wanted these, like, I think this is what it was. These like gorilla slippers that made a noise when you wore them. And I didn't get them. And I was really sad about it. And I went to bed crying. But my brother came into my room and was like comforting me about it and said, well, maybe you'll get them tomorrow. And I did. I got them on Christmas morning. But what really sticks out in my head was my brother, who was never like, very considerate or compassionate towards me, really tried to make me feel better. So it was like a Christmas miracle. So I just always remember that moment.
Oh, that's so funny. Those gorilla slippers.
Do you know what, like you squeeze the ear? Rah!
I don't remember those, but I really want to go Google them now, and I want to find you a pair for Christmas this year.
There you go. So both of those, maybe it's not the gift that really stuck with me, but just the memory associated with it, and just the kind heart behind them. What about you? Do you have a gift that you remember?
I have a lot of gifts I remember. I don't know if any was like a favorite. One of the things I got every single year for Christmas growing up that I always looked forward to was a Hess truck. Do you know how like the Hess trucks come out every year?
I hear the song in my head.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever for Christmas
this year. The Hess truck's here.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
It is! Oh. They come out every year and they just get more expensive every year. Because when my nephews were little, like that's what I would get them. And like now they have, my sister just has too many children, too many boys. So now they buy them for them. Because I was like, okay, it was one thing when we got gifts for everybody. Now that we're like name exchanging, like maybe you take that over. But yeah, kind of random. But I think my dad just always wanted to buy them for someone. And then like when they had me and I just was another girl, I'm the third girl. I think he just decided like, well, I'll buy them for Rachel.
Yeah.
So I have a Hess truck every year from like 1989 through 2005 maybe. I think it stopped like when I graduated high school.
And so what are you going to do with all these trucks?
Well, the cool thing is that my kids play with them now. Oh. I know some people like box them up and like, you know, don't let anyone touch them and they want to sell them someday. I mean, I've checked prices on eBay and like the ones that I have are not worth that much.
Okay.
So I'm all about just playing with them. For the past handful of years, like before I was married or had kids, like my nephews found them in my parents' basement and like they had played with them and played with them. And now I have some still at my parents' and I've taken some to my house and my kids enjoy them. And maybe this is going to be Robbie's for Christmas. So I think maybe we'll start the tradition with him.
Hess trucks are coming to the Klein house.
They're coming back. So yeah, actually, I just decided I'm probably going to do that. That'll be so fun. But that's the thing I always remember. And American Girls. I loved American Girl dolls.
I never had those, but I always like looking through the catalogs.
I was like really into those.
I played with dolls. Nora loves dolls, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't want them enough. They were also really expensive. So my parents are probably like, well, you don't really need that. But now they've become such a thing. And the American Girl doll place you can go to.
Oh, yeah. That's on like my bucket list of like places that I want to take my girls. Like when they're old enough to appreciate it. Because, I just love them so much. I could talk about American Girl dolls. I read all the books.
I did have the books. I really liked the books.
Well, they were expensive. And so what's funny is we are doing like... have you heard of like Dave Ramsey's like Financial Peace?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're doing like a version of that with a small group from our church right now. And we had to talk about like an early like financial memory. This does relate. I promise.
No, I'm with you.
So one of the first things I remember like about finances and like valuing things was like my mom would tell me these dolls cost a lot of money. Like I would beg for this, beg for that. Like, well, why can't I have it? And then she would tell me like, well, they cost this much. And I remember when I was a kid, the big like 18-inch dolls, like I have Addie, like the black one.
Yeah.
Her story was so cool. How she like escaped slavery and like I was so into like the Underground Railroad. Oh my gosh, I told you I could talk about these dolls all day. But I had her and Felicity, who I think is retired now, and then like the Mexican one, like Josefina.
Yes.
I have these dolls because my mom told me how much they cost. I think it was $82, and I would get like $2 a week for allowance. And I literally saved until I would be like, I think this is $82. Not for each of these dolls. I think I got one for Christmas. But I remember another year, I think it was in the springtime, I had saved up all this money because I really, really wanted it. It was the Felicity doll. And I gave my mom the money and she phone ordered back when you had to call like the 1-800 and like tell them like the model number or like whatever it was to like order it from the catalog. Before the internet, she ordered this doll for me. And I remember I felt so special that I had like bought it myself. Aww. And then only did I find out like once the doll came, like we sat down and we had a talk and she told me like, I want you to know we really like, we're so glad you were able to save up your money. So what we did was we put your cash into your savings account. And then they actually bought it for me like as a gift. But
so great.
That was like my first like financial memory of like saving up money and whatever. And like, so I feel like they're a really cool thing, but I want my girls to know like if they ever get one, like I don't want to just get it for them as a 2-year-old and like, you know, the hair gets all ratty or whatever. Like for me, like I learned they were a big value. And so like I really took care of them.
I feel like this is a good conversation to be having going into holidays because all of the stories we're sharing really bring to light the heart behind things and the memory and the importance of it, where when you're a child, you maybe don't always understand it, but trying to create those moments. And it's not just like throwing things at your kids or at ourselves. It's really being purposeful about it and creating memories and moments.
And being intentional. And like, I want my kids to know like things I want them to know the value of things,
Yes.
I guess.
That's
just
a really
because
sweet memory.
That was always something my parents like emphasized to us, and like taking good care of things, because especially at Christmas time when you can just be overwhelmed with stuff, it can be easy to just like, oh, toss this aside, toss that aside, because you want to get to that other toy. But like, I want my kids to like treat all their things like respectfully, and like if it's something they don't love, like maybe we could consign it and they could earn money from it. Maybe not right away, obviously, but like we've been Marie Kondoing, and like we've gotten rid of things because they're not bad or broken, but like we just don't use them. So a better use of that item would be to make money from it, and then they can put it in a piggy bank or whatever.
I've definitely done it with toys that we've had, or even put some away down in the basement. I even have gifts from my daughter's birthday months ago that are in our basement still. Actually, you gave us 2 gifts, a stroller and a Cabbage Patch doll. She has the stroller, but I put the doll in the basement and I'll bring it out. I'll probably even rewrap it at some point.
Give it to her for
fun.
Christmas.
Yeah.
You can just tell her it's from us for Christmas.
Oh, I will. But it would just been too much for her to play with everything at once. And we're still like respecting and thankful of the gifts we've given or people have given us, but we're saving them so that she really can appreciate it and bring out new things. And
yeah, that's so smart.
Also, it helps to declutter so we don't have things everywhere, because I don't like that.
So smart. So before we wrap up, let's talk favorite things. What is your favorite Christmas, like, holiday movie? What will you be watching starting tomorrow?
I mean, a good go-to, because it's always on, is Elf. I feel like that's on forever. I also am a fan of the Hallmark Christmas movies. I love a good ending. Yes. I, as of lately, really just like to always have something on the TV, like a feel good I can watch. I don't have to watch, especially when it is like a busier season, or you're trying to cook and clean or take care of the house, wrap presents, just having something always going. I love the Hallmark Christmas movies. My brother always teases us that he knows exactly what's going to happen, but under that, he really likes it as well. But I just really like those feel good movies, and I like White Christmas. Yes, that one's a good one.
I love all the songs.
Sisters, yep. Played that when I knew I was going to have 2 girls.
Oh my gosh, we can always break out in tune.
You're a musical
We should
prodigy.
have like a Name That Tune episode.
Okay. Maybe with a guest star who is a professional singer.
I was going to say we would like play a tape or something.
Oh, I thought we were going to say.
Like we would play a track and you would guess what it is.
Oh, let's put that on the list.
That could be, we could make it up. We could make it work.
2020 coming at you in the new year. What is your favorite holiday movie?
This episode is never happening.
This is good.
Oh my gosh.
A must watch.
A must watch. I love the Santa Claus, the original.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't like all the additional ones that they made with like the fake-ish reindeer. I feel like the first one was the best.
They're less exciting as they go on.
Yeah.
There's like 6 of them.
Yeah, I like the first one with, what's his name?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, yes.
The same is true with Home Alone, right?
Yes, like the first and second are good, and then I think they made like a third one, and it was like a different kid.
Yes.
You can't just have a different kid. It's not the same movie.
Can't just throw Macaulay Culkin out there like he doesn't matter.
It's got to be Kevin McAllister. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin. That's always a favorite of ours, and I'm kind of excited to watch it with the kids this year because I feel like they'll think it's really funny. All of like the pranks and things. I know that they're going to be like reenacting it. Maybe not like the swinging paint cans. Maybe we shouldn't have them watch it.
Rachel,
because they reenact a lot.
Let's talk about that, actually. You're right. Maybe start with the Santa Claus, but I don't know. I could see your girls trying to get on the roof.
You never know. You never know with my kids. But yeah, those are probably my go-tos. I don't love the Hallmark ones as much, but like you said, I kind of like when I just need something in the background. Like I work a lot in the evening on my laptop, so when I'm sitting down like in the living room or whatever, those are my good like feel goods background movies. Yeah. But I don't always like get as sucked into them.
It definitely sets the mood.
It does.
And
or the crackling fireplace.
That's a good one. That's good for Christmas morning.
Yes.
I heard from a friend that they actually have a Hallmark Movies app.
What?
And she already had it download and it has the schedule of the movies, like when they're coming out. I think you can even sync it to your calendar so it shows you the movies that you're interested in, like when they're going to be on so that you can watch them. I may or may not be planning on downloading that app, but I just like those fun things, too, that you can do during the holidays.
Yeah. Like, that's super fun. Like the Santa tracker for kids.
Yes. Just fun little things like that to just keep you busy.
Yeah. And to like entertain your kids or, get into the holiday spirit. So I hope this episode has helped you get into the holiday spirit. I mean, I would love to know. Shout us out on social media if you're watching a movie, if you are trying a new holiday drink. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. We share about all of those things, and we are always like posting questions and asking for recommendations and things like that.
Yes.
If you don't follow us, you can find us on Instagram at The Thrive Podcast.
We would definitely love to see and follow along with you for your holiday season. And we're excited for this November. We know it's going to be amazing with all the holiday festivities beginning. So thank you for joining us. And if no one told you yet, you are doing amazing.
Thank you so much for listening today. You are a part of a growing community of moms, business owners, and women who are here to encourage and inspire. You can connect with Rachel at Rachel Klein Creative on Instagram or rachelkleincreative.com. To keep up with Christine and her latest events, follow her business journey on Instagram at Bellenberry Co. And if you want to be first to know about upcoming guests and giveaways, sign up for the Thrive Podcast email list today. Simply visit rachelkleincreative.com/The Thrive Podcast or follow at The Thrive Podcast on Instagram. If you've enjoyed listening this week or you've already added our show to your favorites playlist, we'd love for you to write us a review on iTunes. Your support and positive feedback allows us to keep encouraging moms and business owners each week.